Hi everyone, welcome back to Cloud9 Intuitive. I am here to do a quick weekly message for each of the elements. We're going to do air, earth, water, and fire. And I'm going to do it the same way that I did it last week. These are timeless, so if you haven't checked out the one that I posted last week, feel free to do so. But let's hop into it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 4 oracle cards, and then we will get into it for each element. So let me just tap in here for a moment and see. We're going to use the Animal Oracle, Stacy DeMarco's Animal Oracle, and see what wants to come out this week. Oop, there's one. That's air. Let's get earth. Let's get earth. Let's get water. Water and fire. Thank you. Okay. So we've got air, earth, water, and fire. And for our tarot deck, let's use the Hermetic Tarot this week. And we're going to start with air. So let's see. Air signs. You got the meerkat responsibility. You might have a lot on your plate this week, air signs. You're being asked to ask for help. You might have a lot of people looking to you as the leader, like as the one who knows. And you need to, I want to say, yes, ask for help. But also, like, if you're feeling a little bit insecure in that space as being like the leader or the one who knows, know that you actually are the one who knows. You're the one who knows the most out of everyone around you. Like, you might not be the fiercest, you might not be the oldest, but you are the one with the wisdom, somehow, with whatever it is that you're dealing with, air signs. And so people are looking to you for that wisdom. And people are, maybe it's because you have a certain experience that people are like deeming as valuable here. And yeah, it feels like this is something that you've done before or something that you have some sort of experience with, whatever we're talking about here. But let's get into it. Let's do Libra, Aquarius, and then Gemini. Let's see. I'm just going to get 1 or 2 tarot cards for each sign. Ooh, cards are slippy. Libra. There we go. Libra, you have the Princess of Wands and the 8 of Swords. Okay, so you have the Princess of Wands and the 8 of Swords. Listen, people are inspired by you. People are inspired by you, and it feels like you're afraid of that. It's like yeah, maybe not afraid of it, but it's giving you a little bit of pause. You might be a little bit in your head about like why are these people looking at me? Like, I don't know anything more than what they know, but you do, and you're being asked to get out of your head about it and sort of go more with allow yourself to be led by your intuition, allow yourself to be led by allow their admiration to spark something in the core of you, in your solar plexus, that's going to inspire confidence for you to step out of like this like sort of mental prison that you have yourself in, questioning whether or not you're like the right one for the job, and just try it and see how far you go, because it feels like you're actually going to have a lot of success if you step into power. If you step into the power, if you embrace inspiration, is what I'm hearing. Embrace inspiration. Both that people are inspired by you, Libra, and that you also have like this little spark inside of you that I think you're fighting a little bit. Okay. Let's see, Aquarius. Aquarius. Message from Aquarius. Wow. Okay. Okay. Aquarius. Wow. Okay. So you have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here. So new opportunities, blessings, abundance, and then coming out of the deck, you have the Ace of Wands. So it's a new beginning. And I'm drawn to see this meerkat is holding the staff, and like the Ace of Wands here is about like standing in your power. It's claiming your power. It's also being handed some power. Wow, with the Justice card here, it could be dealing with the Libra energy here, but it's almost like you're getting the vote of confidence. You're being seen as fair and balanced, and you're again the one who can bring balance into a situation, possibly with your wisdom, with your knowledge, with your confidence, your assertiveness here. It's like you're not overbearing. It's like it's like you have a lot to offer, but you do it in a way that is not overbearing. And I think that's being looked upon as valuable in this situation. There's some value here to that. Yeah, and it's due in part to like the lessons that you've learned over time. You've really learned how to balance energies and how to see the good and the bad, to work with the shadow and the light. You're being viewed as like a diplomat here. So you like it's almost like you being able to be diplomatic in the situation is going to put it back on the right path. So that there can be a new start, so that you can like sort of like all the past tension, all the past confusion and difficulty is sort of like going to be like burned away, because you're bringing everything into like this new balanced perspective here, and making space for blessings and abundance by doing that. Okay. Gemini. Gemini. There we go. You have the Justice card at the bottom of the deck. So again, bringing something into balance. Karmic balance, they're saying. There's a karmic balancing here. The Nine of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. There's, interesting. Geminis. You made it to the miracle. This is what I want to say. You made it to the miracle. And I think that people are probably astounded that you were able to get through something that was extremely difficult. It may have taken 9 months, 9 years. Oh, for some of you, like you might be giving birth this week. If you're expecting, you might be giving birth this week. But it may have taken 9 months. It may have taken 9 years, right? But it's like you made it through. And now you are ready for the miracle. And I think that there's a lot of like astonishment. There's a lot of excitement around the fact that you are reaping this new abundance for yourself. You could be dealing with some sort of Aquarian energy, because they have 2 of these cards as well. But it is, you didn't give up. Right? You had a lot of fortitude, a lot of strength, and you just kept going. You just kept going at it, because I think you knew what the reward at the end, how beautiful the reward at the end would be. And maybe people didn't necessarily believe you to start. And I think the further you went, the more they started to believe you, the more they started to be like, okay, maybe Gemini knows what Gemini is talking about. And now, Gemini, here you go. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here comes the big payback. The big payback in a good way. This is the big payback in a good way. For all that you've gone through over the past 9 months, 9 years, could be for some of you, it's about to be rewarded, okay? You're about to be rewarded. And it's going to continue to grow too. The reward is not like it's like this one-time lump sum, like You know, like it's not like, you know, you go to the casino and you get the payout, bling, 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 and that's it. This is something that continues to grow and grow and grow over time. It's like, and you knew that. I think it feels like you knew that, and now what you knew is coming to pass. Okay, let's move on to my earth signs. Earth signs, you got fruit bat, flying fox, kindness. You might be experiencing some random act of kindness this week. Somebody might come in with some random act of kindness toward you. You know what? Some of you might be feeling earth signs a little bit out of sorts or a little bit out of character, you might not be feeling your best. You might not be feeling like your most beautiful, or like you just might be a little bit down in the dumps or something like that. You might be feeling just like upside down. And somebody comes in and just like offers you kindness, even in a moment where you're not feeling like all that hot, like you're not feeling all that hot. Somebody comes in and offers you this kindness, you may even be feeling like abandoned in some way, and there's this unlikely person that comes in and is very sweet to you, earth signs. Somebody's very sweet to you. And it's much needed, and it's right on time. Well, let's get into this. Let's do Capricorn, Taurus, and then Virgo. Capricorn, message for my Capricorn, please. Capricorn. Ooh, that's too many. One more. Thank you. Ooh, yep. Okay, Capricorn. Bottom of the deck, you have the King of Wands. So it could be a fire sign or something that comes in, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius energy that comes in for you to heal some sort of wound. You might be feeling like you got abandoned or betrayed, stabbed in the back in some way. You're just feeling like a little bit low. And in this repeated cycle, this might be something that has happened before, and maybe I'm feeling like I fell for it again. That's the energy I'm getting. I'm getting I fell for that again. I fell for it again, and somebody comes in and sort of is like, you know what? It's not, things are not as bad as you think they are, or something like that. Or somebody tells you that you didn't do anything wrong, and they sort of help you to get this lesson. They sort of help you to get this lesson and to feel and to understand that the changes that are taking place in your life, while it may be painful, while it may be disappointing, extremely disappointing, while you may be feeling like why do I have to suffer like this? It's they're explaining to you that it's not suffering. It's making space for new. It's making space for you to enter into a new cycle here. It's making space for your transformation, making space for change in your life here, positive change in your life here, getting all of that negativity out, some of you may have been sick, because I'm getting this is always looks like a virus or something to me, like bacteria or something like that. So it's getting rid of the contagion once and for all, and allowing for your transformation. It's no longer see how the snake is being choked here at the center? The snake is no longer being choked, and so it's going to be allowed to shed its skin, right? And then the transformation can happen. Capricorn. So it feels like there's some sort of fire sign energy that comes in and sort of offers this sort of nugget of wisdom to you that illuminates the fact that you've done nothing wrong. And then while it does not feel good in the moment, the ultimate effect of allowing for your transformation is positive. Okay, that was Capricorn. Taurus. Message for my Tauruses, please. Taurus. There we go. Taurus. Yeah, you've got anxiety too. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So your mother, Taurus, or a mother-like figure could come in and offer you this kindness, this gentleness, groundedness, reground you, I'm getting here. The Queen and the King of Pentacles. So if I'm talking to a masculine Taurus energy, you might have a feminine earth sign energy that comes in. Could be like your counterpart, like your partner, that comes in and sort of helps to ease your anxiety. Again, you have there's this anxiety that's kind of taking over. You might not be sleeping well here. So somebody might come in and be like, hey, you know what? I see that you're not sleeping well, or I see that you have a lot on your mind and on your plate. Let me take some of these things off your plate so that you can get some rest. Or you're doing this for somebody else, Taurus. But it's like, let me take some of these things off your plate so you can get some rest. Let me do this for you so that you can have a moment to yourself to clear your head, so that you can go for a walk, so that you can get yourself back in order. Oh, look, and here's the bowl here too. Here. So yeah, it does feel like it's almost like you need to get yourself back on the right track here. For some of you, you might be really stressed out about work, and like somebody comes in and lets you know, like, hey, everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. The most important thing is to take care of yourself and to take care of your mental space, so that you can perform. You can perform better, because if you're not really doing well, like your mental health, your work is going to suffer, and that's going to just further compound the anxiety. So somebody might come in and say, you know what, just take a minute for yourself. A feminine earth sign energy might come in and be like, take a minute for yourself, take a couple days, and you're going to be all right. You're going to bounce back. You'll be fine. And it's like that small act of kindness, somebody witnessing you, is really going to go, it's going to help to get you back on the right track, to help to get the wheels running more smoothly again, because it feels like you might be a little bit like all over the place, and because you can't like reel it in, it's like it's causing like the anxiety to just sort of spiral out of control. It's taking over. The anxiety is taking over, and it's like if you're not sleeping, that's not good. That's not going to work out. So maybe you think that somebody's going to respond to you negatively if you say, hey, I need to take some time to myself, and they're going to respond to you very positively, be very caring and understanding and nurturing, and allow you the space that you need in order to get yourself back together. That was Tauruses. Virgos. Virgo. Just for the Virgos, please. Ooh. Okay, Virgos, you have the Two of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Ooh. Jealousy. That's what I'm getting immediately. Jealousy. Somebody is jealous. You're jealous, Virgos. What's at the bottom of this deck, please? The Queen of Swords. Ooh. Oof. Listen, Virgos, I'm getting like a little bit of jealousy here. So I don't know if you're jealous or someone else is jealous. It could be like a fire sign or an air sign that is jealous, but it almost feels like you a little bit, Virgos. And there's like a little bit of bitterness when it comes to some sort of relationship here. A little bit of ego. You're letting your ego get in your way. Letting your ego get in the way here. And you might have an air sign that comes in and like gives you some good advice. Are you going to take that good advice, Virgos? I'm not sure, because the ego is pretty loud here in this reading. The ego is pretty loud here. But this is definitely like It's like you want what you want. You want what you want. You want it how you want it. And it's almost like there's no compromise here. There's no compromise here. You're being asked to be a little bit softer and to be a little bit like to compromise a little bit more. Yeah, you might accidentally like cut somebody's head off when you like it's not really what your intention is. I think here, Virgos, you're being asked to be a little bit more kind, more understanding, more patient. Love is patient, love is kind, right? And not be so cutthroat. Not be so cutthroat, to not let your ego drive the situation. Lead with love, offer kindness, offer understanding, and I think that's going to get you a lot further than whatever this like bitter, jealous, aggressive energy is that I'm getting. All right, Virgos, that's you or somebody else. Please take it as it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, just leave it. That was earth signs. This is water signs. Water signs, y'all got the sea turtle. Beautiful. Stability. Turtles are like home, right? Because they take their home wherever they go, and they move slowly enough. They're never feeling like out of control, right? Turtles are very safe, stable energy, and they live for hella long. One of my favorite things that I learned this year, I did not know this, was that in Arizona, for those of you who are familiar with the United States, oftentimes if you like buy a house, sometimes it'll come with a tortoise because they like live for so long that people will sell the house and the tortoise has to stay. And so like you can buy a house that comes with a tortoise. The tortoise will be hella old, but it like just lives there and you can't really move it. So you just leave it. It just comes with the house. That's like really awesome. But anyway, you have the sea turtle. So stability. So earth signs, some of you, water signs, some of you are really focused on your home life, creating really safe space for your children. Some of you need like a staycation where you take naps, where you like nap, water signs, where you like get your rest on. Others of you, this is like, you might have like, your one of your kids might be sick this week or something like that, and they might be like one of your kids might be homesick, water signs, something like that. I don't know. For others of you, you might be thinking about moving. Think about moving. Some of you moving overseas, others of you moving near water because it'll be more peaceful for you. You want to move somewhere that's more peaceful. Sometime in the next 8 months, thinking about moving and really like considering whether or not you can do it and maintain your stability. Let's see. Let's see. This is water signs. Let's do Cancer, Pisces, and then Scorpio. Cancers. Ooh, Cancers. You got the Seven of Swords and the Empress card. Cancers, it feels like somebody may have said that they had something that they didn't have, or that they could do something that they couldn't do. Somebody said that they could do something that they couldn't do, and it messes up. It messes up a plan. It messes up the stability of something. Yeah, the Lord of unstable effort. Somebody said that they could do something that they couldn't do. And it's up to you to sort of get everything back in order, to get everything back together. So be prepared for that. I would also, like, you know, since you know that this energy is here, like do some like triple checking that everybody is where they're supposed to be, that everybody has the resources that they need in order to do what they need to do. But it almost feels like, yeah, somebody just drops the ball. Somebody drops the ball. It's like this is like somebody lying on their resume type of deal. Or like, yeah, I can pick that up for you, and knowing that they don't have the time in the day, like overbooking themselves, somebody overbooked. This is you or somebody else, Cancer, somebody overbooked. Then how many pentacles do I have here? 10, 12, 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is something that you like, you're depending on, like you're partnering with this person for like this creative effort, like to create something, to build something, to do something together, like a project. And they flake. They flake on you. So like, be ready, whatever you're working on for this coming week, or whenever you see this, whatever you're working on, be ready to like do it yourself. Like if it's a group project or something, just be prepared to be like, you know what? I can't depend on that person. Like, give them the benefit of the doubt up until a certain point, but when it looks like they're not going to do it, don't wait until the last minute to be like, oh my God, it's doing like 3 hours and they didn't do their part. Just be ready to do it yourself. Just be ready to do it yourself. Be ready to show up and show out all on your own, because it feels like you can. It feels like you have all the resources that you need in order to do it. You were just hoping for the help, but the help is not. The help is not the help. And look, the Chariot card's at the bottom of the deck. You're going to be successful. You're going to be able to be successful with whatever this is. This is your card, but it's going to require you to have to step into your power and just like boss up on the whole thing. Could be dealing with like a Libra or a Taurus energy that flakes out on you. All right, that's Cancer. Let's do Pisces. 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 Ooh, the Judgment card. And the Princess of Swords at the bottom of your deck. Somebody is spying. Somebody is watching. Oh, they're watching you win. Pisces, somebody's watching you win. You have the Six of Wands and the Judgment card. Somebody is watching you have a victory when they thought you were down for the count. Thank you. Somebody is watching you rise from the ashes. Someone is watching you rise from the ashes. They honestly, it almost feels like somebody didn't think that you would get it together. They didn't think that you would get it together. They didn't think that you would close the deal, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing close the deal, or they also didn't think that you would push the button. They didn't think that you would push the button. I don't know what you're pushing the button on. They like that you would push go, that you would press go, and you are pressing go. Somebody also didn't think that you would speak your mind here either. For some of you, but you're, again, a phoenix is rising from the ashes here. They definitely thought that you were down for the count, but you're getting the victory here. It's almost like you have, like, it's almost like it feels like it's like a last minute victory too. Thank you, Spirit. It feels like a last minute victory. Maybe you didn't think that you were going to have the victory either, Pisces, but you do. Like, it's like you get this like last minute brilliant idea that brings everything together and gives you exactly what you need in order to push the button and go. Push the button and go. Push the button and do. Like, maybe it's like, it could be like a loan that comes through at the last minute so that you can like buy something, or like secure something. Maybe you secure the bag at the last minute. Something gets secured at the last minute, and you're able to make a move. You're able to make a move, and you're able to talk about it really confidently. But you've had like some secret, like with this Princess of Swords at the bottom of the deck. You've had some secret like people who were not wanting to see you win. They were not here for the win. And in fact, they were like kind of like Like just wait. They were waiting for you to admit defeat, and you never did admit defeat because I don't think that you thought that you were going to get the win, but I think that you were stubborn enough, Pisces, not to want to admit defeat. But anyway, you're rising from the ashes and you're getting the victory on something. Maybe you're securing the bag at the last minute when you didn't think you would. And no one else did either. All right, Scorpios. Scorpio. Scorpio. Messages for my Scorpios, please. Oh, you got 3 cards. I'm going to take all 3. 8 of Wands, you're moving forward. You're moving forward. Woo! You're moving forward because you have the Hangman that came out in the reverse here. It's time for movement. Stagnant time is over. It's time for you to get going. Yes, it's time to get going. You've rested long enough. Some of you might be going on a vacation, like you might be traveling somewhere. You might be traveling somewhere where you can recoup. You might be traveling somewhere to recoup. Like if you've been feeling stuck in one place, you're now moving to a different place. Even if it's a temporary move. And for some of you, it is going to be extremely temporary. It's going to be like, you're going somewhere for 4 to 8 days or something like that, Scorpio. But for others of you, this is like finally getting to a place where you can like relax. Like you might be like, finally moving so that you can now relax and not have to think about moving anymore. King of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. There's a lot of emotional reserve. It's almost like you're scared to be happy you're scared to be excited. You're scared to be happy. It's like you're almost scared to relax a little bit. But you need to like chill out a little bit. You're like waiting for the next thing to come and like mess it up. So you're like on defense. It's like you're on defense. You're waiting for like the next like the next, it's like, yeah, you've got birds of prey here, you've got snakes here, you got all these things that are wilting flowers, spilled out cups. You've got all these things that are threatening, that are in the way, that are sort of threatening like the success of this movement forward. But it's almost like it's going to happen. You're going to have stability on the other side of this here. So you need to like be open to to experiencing peace. Thank you. Be open to experiencing the peace that is coming on the other side of this movement. The movement is here. The energy of movement is here. The part where you were waiting for like the green light. Now, green light, it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to like get on the back of the turtle and be moved to your new home, to your new space. Moved in, like even like if it's a new emotional space, there's like new emotional ground here that's going to afford you a lot of inner peace. But you have to be willing. You have to be willing and open to accept it. And it feels almost like you're like scared to say like, okay, that part's over. And now I'm onto like I'm in a new frequency. I'm in a new frequency. Open yourself up to the new frequency, or you're just going to be bringing that old frequency with you to a new location. Okay. Oh, Scorpios. Fire signs. Y'all have the Jaguar. Release. Release. This is an interesting card. There's something like fire signs. Some of you might have like some sort of like I don't know, this is very specific, but some of you might have some sort of UTI. You might be having a hard time peeing. Go to the doctor if that's you. For others of you, it's like you need a good cry. Thank you. You need a good cry. Like you need to release some like it's like you've been letting some anger or some sort of emotion build up inside of you, and you need a solid cry. You're going to be like held and protected as you go through, as you allow these emotions to move. It almost feels like you don't want, like you know how sometimes you're like, if I start crying, I'm not going to be able to stop. And I don't want to, I don't have time for that. I don't have the energy for that. It's like you need to make space for that. You need to make space for that cleansing and that clearing, because it'll open you up for fresh energy. Because it feels like it's like backed up. You're backed up. Some of you might be backed up in your stomach or something like that. But I'm getting the energy of being backed up. Emotionally backed up. All right, let's see. Aries, Leo, and then Sagittarius. Aries. You have the Devil card at the bottom of the deck here. There's some sort of like, you need to release some sort of codependency, some sort of addiction. Thank you. Some sort of addiction. Yeah, you need some healing. You need some healing here, Aries. You might need like therapy or something like that. You might need to go to what do they call it? Like a rehab or a retreat or something like that. That might be something that you want to consider or look into, or this is somebody that's near you or around you, because it feels like you're at the end of a very difficult battle, and this last part could go one way or it could go the other way, and it feels like you need some help. It feels like you need some assistance. You need to be held a little bit as you go through this like next phase. It does have to do with some sort of addiction. I don't know, whatever that is for you. It could be like addiction to a substance, or it could be just like a toxic way of thinking. It could be a toxic relationship. It could be dealing with some sort of like narcissistic energy. Whatever this Devil card is for you, whatever the toxicity is for you, feels like you need some assistance in order to overcome it. You need some assistance in order to overcome it. You need some space in order to overcome it. You need space between you and the thing. So if it's a substance, you need like a rehab. If it's a person, you need a vacation, right? Because it feels like you're getting to a point like that where it's like becoming like the trauma is compounding. The trauma is compounding, and you're starting not to be able to see your way out here, Aries, for some of you. Or this is someone around you. But it's like it's starting to get backed up, and you need the space to release it. You need the space to release it. Okay, Leo. You could have been on a good track too, Aries, and then it get like, again, you get like backed up, like you go a couple steps backwards, something like that. Like you're going backwards. You feel like you're regressing. So you need to get some space and some clarity. Okay, that was Aries. Leo. Messages for my Leos, please. Leos, Four of Pentacles, letting go, and the Eight of Pentacles. Like you might be like taking on too much work, too many tasks, trying to do too many things. Like work is not the be all and the end all. Work is not the be all and the end all. So like, put it in its proper space and put it in its proper perspective. And also ask for help, because I think you're thinking that you can do it all yourself. This is 8 and 4, that's 12, that's 3 pentacles. You're thinking you can do it all yourself, when really you need to, some of these things you need to partner up, you need to delegate some things here. And you need, like, it's almost like you need to know, like, what's yours to do and what is somebody else's to do. And this doesn't necessarily only have to do with work. It feels very much like work, but it could be like just in life, if people are like giving you a lot of stuff to, like a lot of stuff to do, like, hey, can you help me out with this, or do you have time to do this for me, or like all that, and you're like, dang, like, yeah, but like, when am I gonna have time for me? It's like, yo, you need to like ask people, like, sometimes you're going to have to ask people to help you out, and you're not always going to be, you can't always be the one to be helping other people out. So it's time to release some of those things, some of those obligations. You might be overcommitted. Thank you, Spirit. You might be overcommitted, and it's time to release some obligations so that you can get back to yourself. And I am feeling that energy of like needing to get a little bit more emotionally centered. It's like you're all about the work, all about the material, all about the worldly things. And it's like you've forgotten about like your emotional body a little bit. And it's time for you to like step back into that emotional body a little bit, Leos. Okay. Last but not least, Sagittarius. Whoa. Sag. Simmer down, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. I know it's almost y'all's birthday, but dang. Y'all are excited. Okay, Sagittarius. Messages from my Sagittarius, please. And you have the Hanged Man in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. You Sagittarius, some of you might have some anxiety about like going home or like holidays. Oh, it's about to be holiday time, so you might be having anxiety about like what that, like spending time with family, or like, yeah, I'm getting very much spending time with family with the 9 of Swords and the 6 of Cups. So you might have anxiety about spending time with family, or you might be having like friend anxiety or something like that. Something about like old friends. And it's like, you need to release yourself from obligation. You're not obligated to do anything at any time. I don't care what holiday it is. I don't care who it is that's in. If you don't want to do it, Sagittarius, don't do it, because you're only doing a disservice to yourself by doing things that you don't want to do, right? That are like not like, this is not life or death. This does not feel like life or death. This feels very much like just wanting to be free of obligation, just wanting to be free of having to do something. Like, if it's like, you know, it's going to be a drag, you know, it's going to be stressful. It's even stressful just thinking about it. And you're like, God, I'm just like, you're already stressed out. Like, you're already getting stressed out. And you're like, what? Like, I just want to do my own thing. Sagittarius says, I just want to do my own thing. And Sagittarius, it is okay for you to do your own thing. It's okay for you to do your own thing here. Don't get hung up on convention. Don't get hung up on, like, shift the perspective. It's like, you know, like, whatever. If we're talking about, like, spending Thanksgiving, it's like one day. It's one day and one turkey. Like, shift the perspective. It's not like it's not a big deal. Like, you can still love your family and not want to have a big family dinner. I don't know who this is for, but, like, Sagittarius, like, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. You're not obligated to do it. That's your message, like, short and sweet. You're not obligated. You're not obligated to do it, especially if it's triggering you, especially if it's triggering like anxiety and despair, or like if you have like a toxic family member that makes you feel shitty. Like, you're not obligated to go spend time with that person just because it's Thanksgiving, or just because it's a holiday, or just because they asked. You're not obligated to. Okay, release that release yourself of those expectations. Okay? All right, y'all. Those have been the messages for the week. I really hope that they resonated with somebody out there. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment if you're so inclined. It really does help my channel to grow. I appreciate you all so much for being here. My calendar is open for personal readings. The link will be in the description box below. Feel free to follow me on Instagram, and feel free to join the community over on Patreon, where we have lots of additional readings. So please come on over there. The link for that is also in the description box below. If this is where we leave things, I am sending y'all so much love, so much peace, and so many blessings. And I will see you before you know it in the next video.